And we are back. Grade A Fantasy, second episode of Grade A Picks on Prize Picks. Hopefully, if you all watched the first episode, all of my picks hit. I went 3 for 3 on a power play, and then I used those same picks and added 2 more, and went 5 for 5 on the flex. If you want to check it out, past entries. This was what was on the video right here. I got the Kenneth Walker, Pacheco, Rashad White. The game script worked for me with Philly leading and Philly controlling that clock. And then, of course, I had the Jordan Addison and NTN. And then, of course, my main picks that I had as grade A props. That was an easy power play hit. I was really confident on those. Probably lucked out a bit with the way the game ended, because Jordan Addison just got over that prop. But hey, a win is a win. It still counts. So let's get into what I feel is grade A props, grade B, and what my card looks like. I already have a six pick already set. But let's get into what I feel are my favorite props of the day. So for my grade A props, we'll go with pretty much who will most likely be chalk this week, even in DFS. We'll go with Javonte Williams. Like I said, you could go either way, but these are two defenses that are just bad, and I know the Broncos definitely need to win. The Bears are still a development team. I mean, if the Bears go 0-4, it's not really much of a headline as the Broncos going 0-4. So they definitely need to get this W, let Russ cook, whatever the case is, but they need to let Javonte loose. Javonte's healthy. They got to give him more carries. As you can see, he has missed that prop. He did go over what this prop was, 51.5, with Las Vegas, and then missed it in the last 2 games. But Javonte Williams against the worst rush defense in the league, I definitely like this. And in my initial notes, now I've been taking notes for the past 2 days. So this, I mean, if I say it's a grade A prop, if it's an A prop, I'll say take it. This has now gone to a A plus prop, because from my notes, if you all follow Prize Picks, lines move up and down, move pretty aggressively, and I'll show you what are my props. Everything that I took notes for the past 2 days, and I started Tuesday night. This prop was originally 53.5. I have him on a card already, and I took the over on the 53.5. This dropped to 51.5. So I'm charting these as best as I can. So this is a grade A prop for me. I like this even more now, 51.5, down from 53.5. So this is a grade A prop for me. Another grade A prop that I liked and that I researched. And once again, hey, if you take it, you're gonna be just like me last week. You're gonna have to sweat the prop until Monday. I like Daniel Jones to go for 34.5 rush yards. I really love this pick if there's no Saquon, but even with Saquon, like I said, Giants don't have that many weapons. Daniel Jones will have to do it himself. Seattle's another porous defense, but they do send pressure. They'll force Daniel Jones to step up in the pocket. Daniel Jones, not the type to try and throw it off one foot or try to scramble out and then do an athletic cross the body throw. He's definitely more of the step up, and if he steps up, it's his natural instincts just to tuck that ball and run. I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities to get to 34.5. This one has been steady since it opened. So before it moves anywhere, I definitely say jump on Daniel Jones. And then my next prop, we're going to go right back to that Chicago-Denver game. And I definitely like Jeudy. This prop is interesting too. This one dropped yesterday after opening. This opened at 55.5 and it dropped to 53.5. Not aggressively, but I do still like this pick. Now he is on the injury report with a knee or whatever, but could be a sore knee. There's not really much of an injury report for Denver. The main starters plus wide receivers. These are the main wide receivers Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, but I really feel Jeudy can get a couple of passes, get some yards after the catch. He's definitely more of the threat for runs after the catch more than Cortland Sutton. He's more the big play guy for them. I definitely could see him easily getting this in 3 to 4 receptions with some yards after the catch against a. If you think the front seven is bad for Chicago, I mean, it's not too good for Denver this year either. But regardless of how bad both teams are, fantasy-wise, prop-wise, everything should be looked at as an over with the way both defense. Now, if Denver wakes up, then hey, it looks bad for Chicago. But with desperation on both ends, I really think that the strongest picks I love is definitely Jay Will and Jeudy. This has now gone down, so if it goes back up, I say catch it. But I don't mind it at 55.5. I did get this at 53.5 because by the time I settled in on my card, it did drop. I was going to take the 55.5 anyway. I would think like in this kind of game against Chicago, both him and Cortland Sutton will be both over 60. I think Cortland Sutton prop is at 57.5 if I'm not mistaken. But 53.5 for Jerry Jeudy is definitely something that I like. Now, for what I consider now, once I get under A are the ones that I say you should definitely lock. B pluses or stuff that I like as well that you could also add to your card to get it to a 5 and 6 pick card play. The one that I really want to start talking about off the bat is Chris Olave. This went up a bit. This dropped at 70.5. It's now up to 73.5. I still like the big playability of Chris Olave. It seems like every time he throws the ball, it's literally downfield. They do not use this man for short range. Literally, Olave could get this in 2 passes with the deep range that he brings. Because Michael Thomas is more the possession receiver. I still like this at 73.5. I loved it where I got it at 70.5. So just to help you guys out as well, I also did a little research with looking at some of his props in the sportsbook, and most sportsbook have it here at 73.5. So even in sportsbook as a prop, or if you decide to same game parlay that game with them in Tampa Bay poorest defensive backfield, so 73.5, I'll still take the over. But on Prize Picks, I did get this when it opened at 70.5. This is a B plus pick for me. Another one that I consider a B, but it could be an A because no matter who the quarterback is, he's getting the targets. Here's another one that stayed the same way. Michael Pittman has blown off 5.5 either way. Like, he's gone over regardless, whatever it is. It does not matter. And he has another great matchup with against the Los Angeles Rams. That is not going to be much of an issue. But I took the 59.5 receiving yards because Michael Pittman, he's getting it short. He's going to get it long. He's running slants, curls, everything. He's the main guy for whoever it is, Minshew or Richardson. So, and as you can see in 3 games, he's smashed this prop in 2 and just missed it by 1. Against LA, I definitely do see. Now, of course, that Houston game, Houston is pretty good against the pass. It's Houston being a run funnel. So maybe that was a little something. Also, that was also the game that I think this was the game where Anthony Richardson, I think Houston, I think he had the concussion. I think Richardson had the concussion in the Houston game. So, and he actually started by literally breaking the slate. So if you got a quarterback running for 2 touchdowns, that obviously takes away opportunity. But I love it either way. You're really going to love it if it's Minshew. But I think Richardson is, I think he's cleared or he's almost cleared. But either way, Michael Pittman against literally, I mean, they're playing spunky. They're not as bad as I thought they was going to be, but Rams defense is not what it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So definitely Michael Pittman commands all the volume. He's pretty much been dominating targets, and he's pretty much been dominating targets in the yards for the wide receivers. Pretty much like the Colts have roles. Everybody's support role. Michael Pittman's the man. Just how like Zach Moss is the man until Jonathan Taylor comes back. But 59.5, it has stayed at 59.5. So I definitely like that. Another B plus prop because I like the way they use him. He's the man in the backfield, and he does get these opportunities to do this. 18.5. coming out of the backfield. Rachaad White, he's literally a 3-down back. Runs, catches. He's going to have the opportunity. Now, in New Orleans, I don't like the run prop. I'm not touching it. It is a bit low because, like I said, New Orleans, you've heard me say in DFS videos, I do respect New Orleans front seven. I don't put the New Orleans front seven or run defense as tough as the Philadelphia run defense or the Washington run. Well, maybe on level with Washington, but I do like the Saints at home and how they play. But Rachaad White definitely gets a lot of opportunities at the backfield. This is one of those where Mayfield does make his quick reads and then he does swing it. The one thing I like about Mayfield, at least with Rachaad White, when I was watching that Philly game, those passes are not lofted out there. Like, it gets out there fast after he makes his reads. And then Rachaad White is a good one-on-one open field runner. He can get some yards after the catch. You just hope that he gets all the opportunity he can. But if they can't run, Rachaad White will get the passes. And Mayfield does look his way. He does look his way. He gets the opportunity. So, as you can see, after that first game, 30 and 24 yards, Rachaad White, and can catch it in the flat over the middle. I do like Rachaad White. This is B+ for me. This has also stayed static since it dropped, has not moved. So I would like the over on that. And another one that I do like because of just the opportunity and the way these two defenses are. Another pick that I like. You'll have to sweat it out till Monday with me if you do take this. Is he on? Did they take him off? That's interesting. Haha. Oh, that is interesting. So, like I said, I did my research and I wrote down the people who are on this board. And to my surprise, everyone, Darren Waller is not on this. He's supposed to automatically pop up if you type in the name, but obviously they're the Monday night game, and yeah, he's not here. He is not here. There's the KC guys, those are the Jet guys, they're the Sunday night game. So yeah, just be on the lookout. Like I said, Seattle's been a fantasy carnival the last couple of years. They're always a good matchup to go against. And they actually had Darren Waller at 45.5. I think he can beat this. I definitely think he can beat that, but he's not up here anymore. So they took him off. So just giving you a heads up, I do like Darren Waller as a B prop. Like I said, the Giants offense can, fail you or whatever. They have that tendency. But with the Seattle defense, the opportunity should be there for Darren Waller to surpass 45.5. I really think this is the kind of game that Darren Waller could go for like anywhere from 5 to 8 catches, could get you 60 to 80 yards in that range, and could possibly catch a touchdown. But until they put him back up there, you can't pick him. So obviously, another pick that I would like to talk about would be Josh Palmer. As you can see, when you saw, for those who are watching that game, when you saw, pardon me, Mike Williams go down, what happened? Joshua Palmer, he was used exactly like Mike Williams. He's the deep threat. So he got targets deep against Las Vegas. Not a very good defense. Against Las Vegas, not a very good defense. But like I said, now he's going to be in there from the start. So Josh Palmer, definitely when you see this, yes, it's not much. But now that he's going to have the opportunity to be the man, and he's literally going to be the number 2 when they run their full sets, because it's 5 linemen, Gerald Everett. Then it's going to be, if he comes back, Austin Eckler standing behind Justin Herbert. So automatically right there, that's already 8 people. So if they're not running a fullback in some big sets, which they normally don't, it will be Palmer, it will be Keenan Allen, and then it will be a mixture of guys as the number 3. Or they could run 2 tight end sets with with Parham and Everett. But Josh Palmer definitely has the ability now with Mike Williams out. He plays the Mike Williams role. they will look for him deep. And this is one of those props where, like, I kind of hyped it like the Addison because of his target, because his depth of targets. He can get this in one, maybe even two catches. But like I said, it's definitely something to look at. Not one of my faves, but it's definitely something that I like. So if you want to go with that, here's my favorite three picks. My favorite three picks, let me just take him out. I do like the Rachaad White, but if you want to power play or flex it, I feel confident enough to power play these three. I definitely do. So though, if I want to, if just like how I did the 3-pick power play last week, these would be the guys that I would pick power play wise. Other than that, I mean, if you're looking for other stuff as well, there was another one that I did take notes down on, and I think it was, yeah. So, but I didn't grade it because I wanted to see what the news was going to be later in the week. So, with a porous run defense, and like I said, he was the man. He was the man to run it, but I think now is the time to jump on it. So, here's the reason why. Alexander Mattison against Carolina. Like I said, Carolina, that front seven's banged up. Not the best defense. They're a little spunky. Like I said, they're going to play with a little energy. They're not going to quit. But the whole thing is what's going to happen with Cam Akers. Cam Akers, the coach already said Cam Akers is set to make his debut, and he will play the backup role. So that means backup role for a running back. What does that mean? He'll probably play in certain situations. He'll come out, let's say if they give the ball to Madison 2, maybe 3 straight times in a row. When they do that, they'll probably give Alexander Mattison a break and maybe give Cam Akers 2 snaps and then put Madison back in. Here's the reason why I still like this prop, though. It opened at 53.5. It has now dropped to 50.5. If you're going to get this, I would get this now before they either push it back up. I would even love it more if they even dropped it a little bit more to 49.5. But Alexander Mattison against this Carolina defense, like I said, this is another team that needs to win. I think Madison is still going to get his opportunities. As you can see here, 50.5. Tampa Bay is a tough run defense. Philly's a tough run defense. And when you win against a defense that can't stop the run, LA, another defense that's not good against the run, Carolina, let's just say you should just follow the trends. Alexander Mattison at 50.5, it's down from 53. 50.5 is down from 53.5. This is something that I definitely liked, but I like it more now. This I would now rank B+. I didn't give it a grade because I was waiting to hear what the Cam Akers news was. Cam Akers will make his debut, so it will scare people away. But I do like Alexander Mattison because he will still be the lead back. Cam Akers will play the backup role. So that means Alexander, if in this typical role, let's say they run it 30 times. If you're the lead back and then you're telling somebody they're the backup role, then Madison is looking at 18 to 20 carries, while Cam Akers is looking at 9 to 11, in that range, if the math is correct or whatever. So definitely Alexander Mattison is a prop that I like. Now, before, with the news, the way it was put out, and I like it even more now with the fact that this prop has dropped. So I hope you guys like these picks. Once again, these are my grade A picks. If you want to lock those in like I did last week with the 3-pick power play, you can go right on ahead. If I wanted to do a 5-pick, I didn't do a 6-pick. I did lock in a 6-pick. So I'll show you guys my card. Here are my open entries. Put $50 on it. 6 picks to pay that out. Like I said, my grade A picks right there, and I have Rachaad White, and as you can see, I got Olave at 70.5. If I do another one, best believe I will be hoping Waller gets back, and I want to see what they'll put him back, because sometimes if you're on prospect and if you hunt the props like me, we all know I think it's 50-50. They take him off, but when they put him back on, he has the same prop. Very rarely though, well, 60-40. 60% of the time when they take him off, the player comes back with the same prop. There's 40% of the time though, the prop either jumps or goes lower. Most of the time it goes up. So just be on the lookout for Darren Waller to see if they keep it at 45.5. With the way that game can go, and like I said, those defenses aren't the best. Don't be surprised if Prize Picks gets that to 47.5. But that right there is my pick. That's the card that I got that I put up. Oh, sorry. I got to go all the way down to 6 pick. There goes Michael Pittman at 59.5. So that's my card right there. If anything, I want to show you guys something that I was looking at. And it seems like a fun prop to do. So if you guys want to trail this with me, I will be doing this. I just don't know who I'm going to put on the card yet. Here's my fun card, but I think it could pay off. So, oh man, I forgot his name, but I've had him in fantasy leagues, and he's actually on my fantasy team this year too. And I think he is, yeah, because I'm only in one league this year. The Atlanta kicker, he was on the prop, but the way they Young Ho Kyo, hope I pronounced that right, but he is a solid, accurate kicker, and for a team that just moves the ball running, and then that's the kind of style you want for a field goal prop because they don't want rid of throwing the ball. So sometimes those drives are going to stall. So, but Atlanta moves the ball well. Atlanta moves the ball well enough to, always put him in good position. So against a team like Jacksonville, I hope they put him back up there, but he hasn't been back up. I was hoping they'll put him back up there after the 2 kickers from tonight's game went off the board, but I haven't seen him yet. So here's my fun card. I want to do an all field goal made with you guys. And I'm going to give you a reason why I'm doing this pick. So for instance, Jacksonville kicking for McManus. Atlanta has a good defense. They do. But Jacksonville's still sputtering with their offense, trying to figure things out. But they're still good enough to move the ball against Atlanta's defense. Whether this game is in Jacksonville, Atlanta, either way, I understand you also got to factor in weather and all that other stuff. But no matter where this game is played, and yes, it's overseas because they always put Jacksonville in England, I actually like McManus for 2 field goals. My next pick, when I was doing my research, Pittsburgh, they move the ball very well. They're another team that moves the ball. Offense is still being figured out, but when you get big plays from Pickens and, you're moving the ball with Jalen Warren and Najee Harris and trying to matriculate the ball, they also have drives that stall out. Chris Boswell, as you can see, that's proof right there. Every game this year. Now, most of the time, if I look at the graphs, kickers will have like a game where they don't get it. But like I said, Pittsburgh is not the most explosive offense. They can make big plays, which will get them down the field and will put Boswell in position. Like I said, you run against Houston, but they defend the pass pretty well. They're not a lockdown, but Pittsburgh, I believe, can move against Houston and get Boswell in the position to get some field goals. After that, like I said, I'm sticking with that Denver game because guess what? Let's be real, both of these teams stink, but they should be able to move the ball against each other. And with the way these offenses are just so inconsistent and just discombobulated, you can have a few good plays here and there. One nice pass play, Justin Fields could scramble, get him in the field goal range. In the Denver's case, it could be a pass to Jeudy, pass to Sutton, some screen passes to P. Ryan here and there. Drive stalls out between the 20 and 40 or 20 and 35. Will Lutz could get in position. Will Lutz could get in position for 2 field goals. Indianapolis. The reason why I kind of like this one, because with the Rams not being the best defense, if Richardson is at quarterback, then he could literally run his way and get to these field goal props. I like Matt Gay, but my pick for that game, we're going to go right opposite, and we're going to go Brett Maher, because the way Los Angeles is just moving the ball, and they literally matriculate the ball, because all the short crossing routes, every now and then, they'll go deep. Kyron Williams running the ball strong. I mean, and Sean McVay knows. Sean McVay knows how to scheme up an offense. And Sean McVay knows this is not the most explosive offense. They still don't got Cooper Kupp yet. But the way they But the way they attack the slots, and every now and then they'll hit you with play action with Conrad, and then Stafford's still capable enough to get that ball downfield. Brett Mayer is definitely somebody that I like for 2 field goals. And I think there was a couple other guys too that I was looking at. I mean, this is damn near automatic. I love this pick especially. I mean, yes, you also got to worry about does Philly like run, but I think Washington has the defense to like stall them out every now and then when they make a good drive, because with Jalen Hurts running the ball, getting the quarterback sneaks, if a drive stalls out, most likely the way they move the ball and control the clock, Jake Elliott is also somebody, and he's hit two or more field goals every game this year. So Jake Elliott, just because, I mean, nobody's stopping Jalen Hurts and the running game, and then like I said, he can't get the ball down the field with Devontae Smith. Sometimes when they're running the ball, some draws with Jalen Smith, and then sometimes they're Jalen Hurts, and then sometimes they just hit that deep play to Devontae, and then boom, if the drive stalls out there, I mean, yes, Washington, and then it's another thing too. Washington has a great front. I've loved their front seven for years. Chase Young is looking healthy. I believe there will be drives that, the Redskins are gonna bend but not break. So that's why I like Jake Elliott's possibility to get him. And then of course, just the way San Francisco is. I mean, San Francisco against Arizona, but I like the way Arizona's playing. They can start out a couple drives after Debo gets a RPO, or maybe McCaffrey gets a swing in the backfield. I mean, Jake Moody is just a product of just being part of a great team, and as you can see, Brock Purdy, and the chances are going to be there because Brock Purdy does not turn over the ball. He's very smart with the ball, so drive stalls out, every drive stalls out. But with the opportunity, yeah, Jake Moody is definitely on my pick. I am really hoping the Atlanta kicker gets back on this board, because if he does, I might probably, if anything, if Young Ho Kyo is back on the board, if there's somebody that I will take off out of this whole 6 pick right here, it will probably be either Will Lutz from Denver or Brandon McManus. I mean, I have to take out somebody because I have 6 right here. But with what I like here, I'm taking more on each one. And I'm probably looking, what I probably will want to do is this is what I want to do. Here's my phone call. That's what I want to do. But now, kicking props don't change. All I'm saying is I'm waiting for that Atlanta kicker to get it, because I love the Atlanta kicker. He's been sharp ever since he's gotten to the league. He is that good. And to be on a team that predominantly runs the ball and that could possibly be stalled out, because Desmond Ritter, I don't even think has over 20 attempts in any game yet. He's the guy that I'm waiting for before I put this in. But that's what I like right there. And who knows, maybe with the picks that I like as locks, I might combine, maybe like a Moody or a Mayer and a Chris Boswell, and then make that a unique 6 pick. Who knows? But that's what I like right there. I hope everybody loved the episode and the explanation of why I like these picks. Hey, hopefully it'll be another great week for me, man. I hope the people that watched the last video tailed those picks and it worked out for you. Hopefully it works out again. But I got my 6 pick. I still got to do my 3 pick power play ticket, but I do want to do a fun ticket, and it's going to be all field goals. And particularly this week for some of the teams that are what their matchup is, and the fact that they should be able to move the ball in between the 20s. I'm really liking those prospects. Like I said, I'm still doing my own research, but I'm just giving you an idea of what I want to do. I already showed you the 6 pick card that I got. Be on the lookout for some more line changes as usual. Like I said, I already did research from the beginning of the week. Madison went down. Like I said, Olave was aggressively went up. Waller's off the board. Like I said, the Rashad White prop is there. And kicking props never move. Kicking props don't move. Unless somebody's like literally like going off and like knocking and everything, they might have a guy to go over to. So then, it's kind of one of those safe bets on prospect, because then it'll be a push. But other than that, I think I'm set for prospects, and it's now time for me to start getting on the FanDuel train and start messing with these lineups. I've been doing a lot of research and chasing these props, and hopefully you guys like the video, and hopefully you take some of my advice into consideration. Once again, this will definitely be a continuing series. Grade A picks on Prize Picks. This is also on the Grade A Fantasy channel. Obviously, there will be a playlist. Obviously, props like this, videos like this don't have the longest shelf life, but I really hope you guys like the vid. I'm gonna end it here. This is Grade A Fantasy with Grade A picks on Prize Picks. Good luck this weekend, and I'm signing off.